Joining us now live on the phone, East Haven Mayor Joe Maturo. And Mayor, if you can start us off, first of all, good morning and thanks for joining us. And, if you
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. Can you start us off with a general overview of how your city is doing?
Well, East Haven, and I think everybody along the shoreline, when you live along the shoreline, as long as some of the residents have, you're a pretty hardy bunch. And, 365 days out of the year, it's great down there. 5 days out of the year, you're in danger. And I think our people are getting kind of used to it now, although we certainly feel their pain all along the shore after a storm like this. They are in a rebuilding mode right now. They will, most of them that I have talked to anyways, are starting to rebuild the day after the storm.
Yeah.
And it's time to apply to your insurance companies and FEMA and all the help that we can assist in rebuild and get ready for Wednesday maybe even.
Mr. Mayor, we're looking at pictures of what happened near the shoreline there. It's remarkable. We understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, every home on East Haven shoreline, Cozy Beach and all, was damaged. Is that right?
Well, every home received some form of damage. We had 5 total. We had 4 with major damage, and just about every home within a block or half a block of the shore received some kind of damage, from cracked foundations all the way up to, the major damage. Luckily, nobody was injured. I attribute that to 2 things. 1, the people did evacuate when they were told. 2, the news agencies, the television, you guys all pitched in and helped the community CEOs get the people out of their houses and let them take it seriously. This was not a storm to mess around with, and you guys helped us with that, and I think that saved injuries from all along the Connecticut shoreline. So I want to personally thank you guys for all the work you guys did too.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity to do so. It's a privilege really for us, Mr. Mayor. It's our bread and butter. Now let's talk about break-in and looting concerns. That, of course, was a concern ahead of the storm. What's the situation there been?
Well, we took a very proactive approach this time after hearing what happened last year during Irene. We were the first ones to have a curfew. We were the first ones to call in the National Guard. We put on extra police, and I want to thank the governor for allowing us to have the National Guard here in town. I think that also helped in letting the people be assured that their homes would be safe. We also had police patrolling on 4-wheel quads along our beach area, because last year some of the looters came in through the beach. So I think all of that helped to get the people out of harm's way and to make sure that if they left, their homes would be safe. The curfew is now over. There's power restored down there, so I want to thank the UI. Feelings got a little touchy 2 or 3 or 4 days after the storm when some people didn't have electricity. But, my hat's off to the utility crews also, who took a little beating out there at different times, but they worked very hard, too, to get us power almost 98% within 4 days of the storm.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of their efforts. Sorry.
Yeah.
And now, by the way, if I can ask this, and it is very early to ask this, Mr. Mayor, but if we can finish up, especially where a lot of those people were still recovering and rebuilding from Irene, can you give any kind of an outlook about recovery in East Haven?
Well, the recovery I think will be quick. Again, like I said, they started the day after the storm on Wednesday. FEMA will be down there. We will be down there giving any kind of assistance we can have. The utilities, the gas companies, everybody's been down there. I think by next summer, we should be back to about where we were at the beginning of this summer after recouping from Irene. The rebuilding will be a little quicker, especially when we didn't have the damage that we had last year.
All right. Mayor Joe Maturo, East Haven, thank you very much for joining us. We know you're working very hard these days, long days, short nights of sleep. Thanks for your time with us this morning.